Okay, so like, get this right. We are diving deep into Saturday Night Live, SNL.
The one and only.
Exactly. And we've got this article. The title's just pasted text, but it's about this, honestly, wild SNL promo. People are buzzing about it,
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It's causing quite a stir.
So basically, it's all about this weird contrast they're making in the promo.
What's
They're
that
like,
one?
low-key roasting Steven Seagal
Oh, yeah, he's been called, like, the worst SNL host ever, hasn't he?
by the actual cast members even. But then, in the same breath, they're hyping up Dave Chappelle's comeback.
Intriguing tactic, right? Like, playing with these extremes.
Totally. So picture this, right? The promo starts off all classy. They're name-dropping SNL legends, Tom Hanks, Ariana Grande.
Benedict Cumberbatch, setting the
Honestly,
bar high.
Yeah, like, welcome to the Hall of Fame, folks. But then, boom, they drop Seagal's name.
Almost like an afterthought,
Yeah, like, oh, and that guy, too. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's so obviously intentional, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a calculated comedic choice for sure. They're in on the joke.
But, like, for those who might not remember, remind us, what made Seagal such a nightmare host?
Well, from what former cast members have said, it seemed like Seagal just, well, he took himself way too seriously. Like, he just didn't get the whole SNL the improvisational, go with the flow kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it. SNL is all about that live energy, that quick wit.
Exactly. And Seagal was apparently super rigid. Not a team player at all. In fact, I remember reading about David Spade actually getting in trouble for calling Seagal difficult to work with.
Oh, yeah, Spade. He's never been one to hold back.
No, not at all. And he actually said, and I quote, he was a little tough. I mean, he was actually tough, and he was tough to work with. It was hard. He did not want to play along.
So yeah, Seagal's rep as a bad host is pretty well known.
Totally.
Which makes you wonder, why bring him up in the promo at all? Especially with all his, well, recent controversies.
Oh, it's like they're poking the bear a bit.
Yeah, and we're talking about his super public support of Putin, his less than flattering opinions about the U.S. government.
Didn't he even get an award from Putin recently? And then use that moment to basically accuse the U.S. of spreading fake news?
He did. It's almost like a real-life SNL sketch gone wrong, right?
Right, totally. But it does make you wonder, right? Maybe by including Seagal, even in this kind of backhanded way, SNL is actually making a bigger point, like using him to satirize that whole situation.
Yeah, it's like, look how ridiculous this is, folks.
Exactly. And let's be honest, SNL have never been afraid to push the envelope, right? Especially when it comes to using humor to comment on current events, no matter how touchy they might be.
True that. Okay, but speaking of current events, and someone who always nails that, we got to talk about Dave Chappelle.
The man, the myth, the legend.
This is his third time hosting SNL post-presidential election. It's like a tradition now, right?
It really is. It's like every 4 years, we know we can count on Chappelle to process it all with us. Through laughter, of course.
It's like he's got this, I don't know, a sixth sense for the national mood. He makes us laugh at the craziness of it all.
He totally gets the zeitgeist, that feeling in the air. And his post-election monologues, always insightful, always thought-provoking, and, like you said, hilarious.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am super stoked to see what he does this time. Oh, and we can't forget, Timothée Chalamet is hosting for the third time. Pretty rare for a non-musical guest.
Super rare. And it tells you something, about his comedic chops.
Definitely. And I heard he's going to be doing Bob Dylan covers to promote his new Dylan biopic.
Seriously. That's also, talk about a multi-talented guy. And then, of course, we've got GloRilla as the musical guest.
Yeah, I love her energy. This episode is stacked.
Seriously stacked. So, after diving into all this, the thing that really sticks with me is this. What does it say about SNL, their whole approach to humor and current events? That they chose to include Seagal in this promo, with all the baggage he brings, the controversy.
Good question.
Because they could have easily just ignored him, right? But they didn't.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks volumes about how they see the power of comedy. It's not always about being safe. It's about making us think, prompting conversation, even if it's about the most absurd situation.
Well said. I'm definitely going to be thinking about that.
Me too. It's a good one to ponder.
Absolutely.